Hey, it's Scott with Great Resources for Coaches, and this is your 3-minute Thursday post. We're working our way through this series on confidence, and on Tuesday I talked about the impact that words of teammates can have on an athlete's confidence levels. And so we talked about how important it is that our teammates really choose to use supportive, encouraging, uplifting, inspiring types of words at all times. Because the more inspiring words that an athlete hears, the better chance that that athlete has of really performing with confidence. Especially for athletes who maybe struggle with their confidence, when they hear their peers speaking positively to them, they have a much better chance of rising to the occasion and performing well. And so, as I said, we need to make sure that we do all we can to instill in our athletes the importance of doing this. But today I want to talk about how do we handle it when it doesn't happen? How do we handle it when you have a teammate who kind of fires off and attacks a team member? This can be really crippling to the confidence level of not just that one athlete. Sometimes it spreads to others. We've probably all had teams where we've had players like this on our teams, and they can really have a detrimental effect to the success of the team. So here's a couple critical pieces, I think, to making sure that if this does happen, we work to alleviate it. First, coaches, you need to address it. You need to address that player who's saying the bad things, the negative things, and say that's unacceptable on this team. And talk about why it's unacceptable, and talk about what needs to happen for that to change. Okay. And then maybe more importantly, you need to talk to the player who's been, I don't know if attacked is too strong a word, but who has had the tough words thrown his or her way, and say, look, that is not how your teammates feel. That's not how I feel. Okay. We want you to be the player who does whatever it is that maybe they're struggling with their confidence level, or maybe the team member may have attacked them on. So we need to make sure that as coaches, we address both parties. Okay. Very important point, but here's maybe an even more important point. We also then need to make sure that teammates talk to both parties. Okay, first, to make sure that the team member who said the tough, harsh words knows that's unacceptable on this team. When you have team captains or anybody on your team who come down on a teammate who's kind of talking harsh or being tough on a teammate, not in a good way, but really being kind of a pain, being kind of a jerk, that goes so much farther than just a coach's words. And so when fellow teammates say, no way, we cannot have that. We want to be a successful team, and the only way we're going to do that is doing that together. So knock it off. But then more importantly, the teammates need to go to that player who has been hurt by the words. That player who is struggling right now with confidence levels, and say, hey, that's not how we feel. We want you to be the player that we know you can be. We want you to, whatever the skill is that they do well, or maybe they're struggling with now because of their confidence levels based on what was said to them. We want you to do those things, okay? You're a good player, and this is where the uplifting, supportive words need to come from. While we as coaches can say all we want about it, and we have to, when it comes from those teammates, that's where the confidence levels can start to rise again. Yes, we're in charge of our own confidence levels. I totally get that. But man, the words of teammates go a long, long way to helping us all become the best that we can be. So let's make sure, coaches, that we do all we can to help team members know that as teammates, it's critical that you address it when it happens and you help lift up the player who's struggling with it. This next week, we're going to have a little set of bonus posts on a very personal story that started this whole concept of talking about confidence to you. We'll talk to you then.